Hello, everybody. It's Shantae Roddy here. Yes, we're live again. I am here with Michelle McDonald. I'll let her introduce herself in just a moment. We are here to talk to for this big announcement that we're making about an upcoming masterclass. Well, it's not upcoming; it's an upcoming session, but we've been hosting the masterclass. We've had two sessions already, and I invited Michelle in to really share her expertise in the third session of this masterclass called Plan Your Event to Profit. So we're here today to announce that because you know I'm all about collaboration and showing people that yes, it can be done. Yes, women collaborate and how powerful it is to collaborate with other entrepreneurs and business owners. So we're going to be talking about the power of collaboration, right? Plus event marketing, right? If you don't know what that is, we're going to be talking about it because that's what the masterclass is about, and how that can equal big profits for you, right? So, event marketing and putting on events is all about increasing your influence, your impact that you have on your audience and your target market, and generating income, right? So we're in business to make money. And so I don't know anybody that's saying they're done, they've achieved everything that they wanted to achieve, and they're done making money, okay? We want to have flexibility. We want to do the work that we love. We want to have more time with our families, and we want to make more money. So we want to be burdened down. So we're going to be talking about in the masterclass how to use live events to really grow your business and generate multiple streams of income that way. The first part of this announcement is all about collaboration. So my collaboration with Michelle, I'll have her introduce herself, and then we'll talk about how we came to collaborate on this upcoming masterclass, which is going to be taking place April the 15th, which is next week, Thursday at 6:30. So Michelle, can you tell our audience about yourself?
I sure can. Hello, Black Women Promote. How are you beautiful ladies doing this evening? Yes, my name is Michelle McDonald. My educational background, I have a bachelor's degree in public relations and a master of fine arts in film. So in short, I love to speak and I love to create. My background specifically with event marketing, I was the marketing director for the American Heart Association, where I actually created sponsorship proposals on behalf of the heart for companies such as General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. And then on the other side of the spectrum, I was the community engagement manager for Molina Healthcare. And in that role, I was in position as the corporate sponsor. So I was looking at what makes a good sponsorship proposal, what makes sense for the company. Because yes, companies do want to give back, but they are also looking for a return on investment. So that's why I'm so excited that Shantae and I are coming together to present this information, because it's not just for the large nonprofits or the large corporations. These types of rules and the information and the resources and everything that they do, you can do that as well. And we want to take the mystique out of sponsorships. You don't have to be afraid to ask, because, like Shantae says, a closed mouth won't get fed. So you have to ask. And that's why we're so excited about this upcoming masterclass, where we're really going to hone in on those tips on how to really make the ask and how to make your event not just a great event for you, but for your partners, so that when the next year comes around, they're going to be asking you, when is it going to happen? And they're going to be ready to dole out some money in dollars so you can plan for profit.
Absolutely. And what she talked about is partnerships. Sometimes we think as entrepreneurs and small business owners like it's way above us and this only applies to larger companies and larger organizations. That is so not true. And I'm a proponent of collaborating and partnering, and this is how you do it, right? So just to let you know that how this collaboration came about. I've known Michelle for a while. We met online, so we're online. Uh, this is where connections are made, right? So you're not limited to your local hometown. I met Michelle in a wonderful networking group that I helped to manage. And when I first decided to start my signature event, which it was a larger event that I hadn't done before, which is the Small Business Week Extravaganza back in 2017 is when I thought to initiate it. I was just like at a point where I didn't see any type of event that I thought was really celebrating and bringing really big awareness to small business owners. And I said, if not me, who? And if not now, when? So I was just like, I want to do this. I only have a little bit of time, which was like 3 weeks or less to do it. And at that time, I had came across a webinar Michelle was doing online. She was hosting about sponsorships. So I registered for her event. I'm like, oh, this is just the right time. This is like meant to be. And I attended her webinar. She gave me strategies to implement, and I implemented them immediately. So a lot of times we talk about, we may talk to a coach or consultant and how it didn't work out, but a lot of times it's because we didn't put their strategies into action. We did not execute. I was passionate about it, and I said, I'm going to execute these strategies, and I did it immediately, and I saw immediate results. And so I reached back out to Michelle, and I was like, I wanted to really expand the masterclass and to really dive deeper into sponsorships and how to get high dollar sponsors, because I know a lot of people, they want to do events or they don't really know how, or they do events, they don't really know how to get the sponsorships that they want. And sponsorships are so important to the events that you are hosting. So like I said, when I put in her strategies, I got on the phone, I crafted the email correspondence to reach out. And immediately I got responses back. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is really working. And then the first person I talked to was like, okay, we're interested. Do you have a packet? And I was like to myself, no, but I'm about to make one. I didn't tell them no. I said, yes, I will get that to you like ASAP. And I spent the rest of that day focused on getting that together so that I did not lose that potential sponsor by not being ready, by having what it was that they were asking for. So I just thought to reach back to Michelle because she has this level of expertise. And I know women entrepreneurs have been asking for this and really want to know about how do you get those sponsors and how do you get high dollar sponsors. And so it is my pleasure to be able to be in a position to collaborate with someone else that has such gifts to offer. And then creating a win-win situation. So I could have easily just said, okay, this is an opportunity to be on my platform, and that's great. But I also wanted to make sure that she shared in the rewards financially, because I'm here to help all women entrepreneurs, even women that are on my platform. And so there's a price for the tickets, and I want her to share in the profits from the tickets that we make. So not only am I giving her an opportunity to be on my platform, she's also has an opportunity to add some income, right, to her business, right? So income to her business, and then we're going to help the masses, the women entrepreneurs, to make more money in their business, right? And so we continue this on and pay it forward. So this is how collaborations work. I'm so glad that we're having this collaboration. Again, planning your events to profit, increasing your influence, your impact, and your income. So this is how collaborations work. And if anybody told you that it can't happen, that you can't do it, you can. And to understand that as entrepreneurs and small business owners, if you have not done so already or considered it, you as a small business owner can be a sponsor. So a lot of times we think about reaching out to corporate sponsors, the larger sponsors, and forget about the fact that we have a small business community that has products and services that are of value, and that they can provide monetary support to your event as well, because you may find that you share similar target market and similar missions and purpose in your business. So you definitely want to leverage that. Would you agree, Michelle?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just really important that I always call it your circle of influence. Look who you know, because a lot of times people want to do everything on your own. And you might have it within your wheelhouse to do it, but why? do it, because all you're going to do is spread yourself out too thin. And that's why I love how we're collaborating, because we're giving each other access to each other's markets, target, the communities that we have, that if we hadn't came together, we might not been able to reach that. That cross promotion is so, so important. It's just really important as business owners to reach across the aisle. And you can't be afraid to do that. You know, you can't be so territorial, because what will happen is that you're limiting yourself. So it's really to not only to your benefit, but also to the greater benefit. And it shows, because so many people will have these negative experiences of working with Black businesses, or Black women can't work together. And to me, that's just not true. You know, I mean, you have experiences, but I don't think you should just label it. But I think step out, because quiet is kept. We've all had bad service from a business, but we're not going to say, well, I'm not going to go to this culture, but we're quick to say it about our own. Why do we do that? So I think collaborating is definitely, especially in this particular market, because so few of us are taking advantage of the opportunities that are there. Because people at the end of the day, they want to worry about what kind of impact you're having and what kind of influence you're having. How is that going to help my brand? And if you're able to bring that to the table, then they're going to be open to collaborating. But I think it's just really a great opportunity to do that. And with being in BWP, we have an enormous opportunity. There's so many different women that do so many different things, that if you have an idea, it's a great place to brainstorm and to reach across the aisles, like I said, and to collaborate to really make something happen.
Yes. So like you said, why do it alone? You can. That's what I said. I was like, the first year I pretty much did a lot of it on my own, but I brought in my network. So I pulled in my network, and I really wouldn't have been able to accomplish my goals, and especially in that short period of time, if I wasn't able to call on my network. And they really came through for me, and it turned out to be a wonderful event. So like she said, reach across the aisle to other people. Collaboration also helps you get access to additional tools and resources and knowledge that you may not have already had. And I know we've experienced that here, like even through this process. Michelle has learned a lot about the technology that I use to kind of make the process, like to streamline the process and make it as easy as possible. And then I've been able to learn a lot from her. So that's what collaborating is about. It's not a networking. It's not, what can I get from this person, or how can I sell this person what I have, but making those powerful connections so you're not in isolation, working alone, that you can get a lot more accomplished, get a lot further when you're working and partnering with other people. I can't tell you how much I have learned from other people just through collaboration and partnering on various initiatives. So we would encourage you to find your own collaborations and partnerships, and get to working on those, because it's definitely possible. We're here to show you that it is. So again, that is collaboration. We could talk about that all day, really, and we'll probably come back on at a later date to talk about that. But we did want to share a few tips with you guys and leading up to the masterclass. Again, the masterclass is the Plan Your Events for Profits. Yes, for profit. That's if you're a for-profit business or a nonprofit.
Yes.
A lot of times, especially they talk about nonprofits. Nonprofits needs money just as much as for-profits need it. Okay. So all of us have a mission, and if you have a mission, you need that mission funded, and it takes money to do it. So we definitely want you to have income. We want you to know what additional streams of income that you can generate just by hosting your own live events. It is possible without doing a whole lot of work, and to be able to collaborate only makes it easier. So we will definitely be talking about that, and we will be honing in on how to get high dollar sponsors. So the tip we wanted to focus on today is around the sponsorships. Because again, a lot of you ladies, that's what you want to know about. How do you get sponsors? How to get high dollar sponsors? the tips we wanted to focus on is around the ask. Because we talked about that there are so many organizations, individuals that want to support various causes. The money is definitely there. There are potentially billions of dollars that are earmarked for these types of different initiatives, but you have to make the ask. And a lot of times it's because people don't make the ask is you don't get the sponsorships,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
So that's a simple thing. And I just gave Michelle an example about another initiative that we're working on with for our group BWP. And I reached out to a lady that was just on the Biz Talk live show. She has her own company. And I said, she just got finished telling me about her expertise. I think we may be able to utilize her as a sponsor. Let me reach out to her. And I reached out to her. She responded back that she was interested. Please share with me the information and the packet. It was that simple. It was that simple in making the ask. So a lot of times it's not that the money is not available, is that we have not taken the opportunity to ask, or we've let fear get in the way, lack of confidence to get in the way of us reaching out to different individuals and organizations for partnership opportunities. And they're like, wait, they want to partner with other people, right? So they have an objective, that they're trying to reach. They have marketing objectives. They have audiences that they're trying to get in front of. And so they're looking for people like you, ladies like you, that have a mission that they can relate to, that aligns with their target audience and what they're trying to accomplish. And they're waiting on those partnerships. So it's a matter of asking and not being afraid of a no. You're going to get no's, right, Michelle? But
Oh,
no
you
doesn't
know your
mean
nose.
right. You're going to get no's, but no's doesn't mean, it can mean not now. It doesn't mean no forever.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to make the ask. Don't be afraid to make the phone calls or send the emails, because when I did my first big event in 3 weeks, that's the only way I got it done. I just get on the phone and make calls and send those emails and send follow-up emails and make follow-up calls on those correspondences. So you have to make the ask and then know when to make the ask, right, Michelle?
Absolutely. That's key. The early bird gets the worm. The earlier you ask, the better. Because a lot of corporations, they make their giving decisions very early on. And I think even from a small business perspective, you should make your giving decisions early on, because if you plan out your year, then when someone comes and tells you, then you'll be able to tell them, well, I've already kind of made my decision. And it is easier to say, no, if you have to say no. But it's coming from the perspective of making the ask. Most corporations, they do have timelines. Be familiar of what is their fiscal year. Some fiscal years run from January to December, but a lot of, especially if you're going after city, because sometimes cities give out grants, and they are more so grants, but they still look at those timelines. It's from September to October or June to July of the following year. So keeping in mind of that. So as soon as you get the idea of what you want to do, and you have a date and you have a venue, just start going for it, because you don't have to have everything else together. Just like Shantae didn't say, oh, well, wait a minute, I don't have nothing. She was like, okay, I'll give that on you. You have a whole community of people that you can kind of go for resources. And that's the thing. Don't be afraid. If you, and the thing of it is, we're not saying don't do something that you don't have the expertise to do, but you have enough people, and that's where collaborations can come in. You may have one piece of the puzzle, but someone else may have another piece of the puzzle. So as you are, and that's going into collaboration, but as you're preparing for these events, if they said, well, I'm really only focused on this particular area, and we'll get that really into the masterclass, then that can kind of be in your timeline of when you're going to ask. If you know that there is a company that has a heart for a specific area, then you need to know when to ask, make that ask for that company. So it's just vitally important to ask as soon as possible, because you are going to get no's. And now I have a day sales job. When I get a no, and if I hear them saying no, I'm already beginning to think, okay, Is this a no, or is this a no period? Don't call me anymore. Or this is a, well, let's wait and see. And even if it's that, then that's just a good practice call. You're
Yeah.
always going to want to be looking to be perfect. So you can always take the good. Even if it's a hard no, you can say, well, you know what? That was a no. What did I do right on that call? What did I do wrong on that call? But you just keep asking. And that's where you get the benefit of having time. When you have a lot of time to do that, you have a lot of time to allow for the no's, because that's just part of the process. Is don't take it personal, but keep asking. Don't be afraid to go to the next company. And again, like I said, I just can't impress upon you enough that having time on your side is to your benefit. If you ever put together an event, if you even put together something at your house and you have over 20 people, there are so many different things. When you try to do stuff at last minute, that just really puts you at your stress level higher, and then the people that you're working with. So it's important to do everything in advance. I say a year, 6 months to a year, but don't let it deter you. But because you can still ask. I mean, like Shantae, she did an event in 3 weeks, but if you want more time, that'll just give you more options.
Absolutely. And so you want more time to have more options. And so it was not my intention to do it in 3 weeks. I would have much preferred to have 6 months to a year to prepare. And so the following year, I did have 6 months to a year. And then for the third annual event, I have 6 months to a year to start planning. I actually started planning right after the event. So I gave myself some breathing time. We kind of did a post-event review, took a little break, and then started planning and announcing that the upcoming 2020 event, and had a link ready for people to subscribe for updates when we were ready to actually put out the calls for the event, right? So you definitely want to start early. Definitely want to make sure that you're making the ask, have that courage, have that confidence. And a lot of times people are waiting, or organizations, they want to see what impact that you're going to have, right? So you approach them the 1 year, they may say no, they need to get familiar with you. Or is this person going to still be around? Are they going to do it next year? And you may find that person they're watching you, and believe they're watching you, they're checking you out to see what you're about, what you're doing. And then the following year, they may be like, we would like to partner. So that's very important. Make the ask, make it early, have confidence in doing so. And there's so many different things that you can do with putting on your own event. It's your own platform. You own it. You can do with it. You can work it however you want to work it, right? And so when we get into the masterclass, we're really going to be giving you those strategies of how to really leverage live events for your benefit. Because yes, we're on social media, but most people want to make that face-to-face, that one-on-one connection. They want that intimate experience with you. So they're going to want to come to your live event. You just have to make it an event that's worth them coming to, right? And always be intentional about it when you're having an event, and have goals. Okay, so we'll talk about that, but we're really going to be teaching you how to host your live event, make it successful, so that you increase your influence, you have a great impact, because that's why we're all in business. We want to have an impact on our audience, on our customers and our clients. You want to know about lead generation. How do I generate leads? I'm not getting the clients I want. Event marketing is the key. And how you do it is key. How you do it successfully is what we're going to be talking about. How to get those high dollar sponsors. What do you need to know? What can go wrong? We're talking about all the different ins and outs, the moving pieces, and it's a lot of moving pieces. So you're going to need partners. It's not having events. It's not something that you want to do on your own. So you want to set yourself up for success. We're going to have templates available for you that you need to make sure that you're executing your event successfully. So please do join us for our third session of the Plan Your Events to Profit, Increase Your Influence, Impact, and Income Masterclass this coming Thursday at 6:30 p.m. If you cannot make it on Thursday, all registrants get a copy of the replay. So you get the replay. So whether you can be present there or not for the live, you get the replay, and you also get 3 bonuses that we will talk about once we get to the live event that are really going to help you profit big. So we hope you have benefited from this live. If you found this valuable for you, you will find much more value in the actual master class. So please register. We will leave the link in the comments. You will also see it in the description. Invite other entrepreneur women that you know that need to have access to this information. There are women that are trying to plan events. They're trying to grow their audience, their tribe, their community. This is the way to do it. So meet us there next week, Thursday, August the 10th at 6:30 p.m. We see you then. Have a great day.
Bye.